Are you wondering why you're so tired in the morning? Would you like to get a good night's sleep? Let's talk about that. Imagine going to bed at 10 p.m. You sleep through the night and wake up 5 minutes before your alarm goes off at 6 a.m. You bounce out of bed because you feel amazing. When is the last time you experienced that? Let's talk about why you're so tired when you wake up in the morning. I have a guess, and if I'm right, I bet I can list off several other things you're experiencing. I will list them off and you count to see how many of them fit you. Ready? Difficulty getting out of bed in the morning. Don't feel like you got a good night's sleep. Difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. Craving salt. Cravings for sweets. Fatigue throughout the day, especially after meals. Energy boost in the evening. Poor memory. Difficulty focusing. Decreased or no libido. If you skip meals, these symptoms all get worse. Inability to lose weight. Inability to handle stress, increased PMS, abnormal dry skin, abnormal itchy skin, abnormal hair loss, abnormal hair growth, not finding enjoyment with life and the things that usually make you excited, mild to moderate depression, decreased productivity, and your thyroid lab always seems to come back normal. If you counted more than 10, you will want to hear what I have to say next. All of these symptoms have one thing in common. They are related to your adrenal glands. Adrenal glands are little pyramid-shaped structures that sit on top of your kidneys. They are responsible for producing over 20 chemical messengers, including several hormones such as estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol, DHEA, and a lot more. Also, some of your neurotransmitters are produced in your adrenal glands. Your two main stress hormones are cortisol and DHEA. And these two hormones have to balance with each other. If these two hormones are out of balance, then it is unlikely that any of your hormones are optimal. Let's go to the whiteboard for a moment. Alright, so if our concern is balancing of cortisol and DHEA, then what we really need to do is run a test and see where they're balanced. The best place to get that done is through a specialty lab called Diagnostek. I love using them because their graphs and all of their explanations are very easy to understand. I'm going to use their graph here to explain why it's important to figure out where your DHEA and your cortisol levels are. First of all, let's talk about the different scheme here. Down here in the very lower left-hand corner, you'll notice there's a little black box. That is complete adrenal failure, or Addison's disease. This box here is a true adrenal fatigue or chronic fatigue, and then you have varying degrees of adrenal fatigue throughout. Here, here, here. This is considered the reference range or the normal range. For most middle-aged men and women, this is roughly what normal would be. If we live in a stressful environment, or actually, no, let's take this. If you're driving down the road and you're the first on the scene of an accident and you have to run up, administer CPR, your stress level just went up like this. And so your new normal balance between DHEA and cortisol is up here. This also, some people have referred to this as the fight or flight syndrome. The problem is our society is designed to live in that all of the time. We just run around high stressed all of the time. The problem with that is if we don't return back down here to normal on a regular basis, like most of the day, then we find ourselves struggling to maintain this high stress levels. And when that begins to happen, our cortisol levels or our DHEA levels begin to plummet, or they both plummet simultaneously. And so you'll see your levels of DHEA and cortisol begin to decrease. When that happens, you get a lot of the symptoms that we just talked about. Along with those symptoms, though, if you find yourself getting to the point where you can hardly function, then you are looking at being down here in this area. My experience has been, if you get this saliva test done, it's a saliva test. If you get the saliva test done and you are in this area here, So your new normal is here because of a lifelong stress environment, or you've had some really large stressors in a short period of time. If you are in this area and this is your normal, then you are looking at about a 6 month to 1 year recovery time period from adrenal fatigue. If you are down in this range, down here, you are looking at probably 2 to 2.5 years of recovery. The good news is you can recover from this, and it is very treatable given the right circumstances. The biggest thing is to try to eliminate as much stress in your life as possible. Then there's some specific supplements that we will talk about in another video that can be very helpful in helping to recover from this particular issue. Thanks for watching. I really love this stuff. I hope you do too. Remember to subscribe so we can share future videos with you as well. Thanks so much.